mad at us, okay? If you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the person who employed us, okay?
Because it's been cold for over an hour.
Well, I don't know what you want us to do.
It's late. It's 2 o'clock.
It's Sunday.
It's 2 o'clock.
It's Sunday.
It's 2 o'clock.
It's Sunday.
Some of us have to work Sunday.
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, please like, share and subscribe. I on Marcus Gonzalez Network, I try to deliver gospel Christian content from the slant of what is going on around us prophetically. Right? We look at it from the perspective of Bible prophecy, what is happening around us and what is going on currently in terms of the prophetic timeline. It's all about prophetic education. Alright, so today we are going to be looking at a story from Advent Messenger that seemed to suggest that things are starting in the civil arena, and it may start in the civil arena and then it may balloon or graduate or be taken up to the higher levels. Alright, so there's an article here in Advent Messenger that is speaking about two people having a heated argument. Angry residents shout to maintenance workers, "It's Sunday, it's Sunday." So are we seeing the start of the Sunday movement with just simple quarrels by different residents across the United States making requests that no work be done on a Sunday? Alright, in a recent video, an angry resident can be seen berating lawn maintenance workers for doing their job on a Sunday. What might appear to be a neighbor's quarrel is in fact a demonstration of how citizens are now not only uncomfortable with activity on Sunday, but are furious and are willing to confront workers and demand compliance with this expectation. This growing sentiment is about working on Sunday is not isolated, right? So it is not an isolated situation. It's happening all over. Soon, during the coming crisis, across many communities, residents and neighbors will complain to law enforcement about the noise of lawnmowers, blowers, construction on a Sundays. For some, the reasoning is to give workers a break. But the underlying goal remains the same: make Sunday different from the other 6 days of the week. This video captures the growing sentiment. The residents' anger was not merely about the sound of the maintenance equipment. It was about moral outrage. The message was that Sunday should be kept free from labor. What is remarkable is how this pressure will not only come from laws or from police enforcement, it will come from neighbors themselves. It fit into the movement already taking shape in many parts of society. The effort to stop lawnmowers on Sundays will escalate to even more restrictions. First comes a push for quiet Sundays, where yard work and similar activities are frowned upon or prohibited. Then comes closure of stores, offices, and delivery services. Finally, it extends into religious and cultural life, when Sunday becomes enshrined as a universal day of rest and worship. This is where it is going, my friends. What will we gain with small, ordinary conflicts like residents shouting at workers in a neighborhood will eventually turn into a public policy. Bible prophecy describes a time will come when society, under the influence of both civil and religious leaders, will exalt Sunday as the underlying day of rest for all. The crisis does not come overnight, but by gradual social conditioning. Yes, my friends, this is what I'm saying to you today. Eventually, it is going to become, as I said in previous lives that I did, right? Satan is very cunning, he's very smart. He will not just enforce Sunday law. He'll bring it in very in creeping steps, creeping, one thing after the other, and one thing after the other. And before you know it, you're feeling all comfortable, like a frog in warm water, right? You'll be slowly cooked. And then by the time you realize you can't move, it's already boiling, it's way too late. So this is what is happening, my friends. What does the spirit of prophecy says? It says the Sunday movement is now making its way in darkness. What does the Bible say about this type of behavior, my friends? In Daniel 7:25 it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. So they are thinking about it. And he shall think to change times and laws, and they shall be given unto his hands until the time and dividing of times. So we are seeing where these things are not just happening in a vacuum. These things are happening because it is prophetic. The Bible goes on to say in Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. Okay, my friends? So the mark of the beast is coming up on us fast and furious. Alright? And this here is just the beginning flames, the beginning sparks, I should say, of this upcoming movement. And that no man should buy nor sell, so that you have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The mark, my friend, is Sunday worship, my friend. That is what the mark is. Right? Here is the patience of the saints. Revelation 14:12. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus. So we must keep the commandments of God. Right? No matter if they tell you don't work on a Sunday. Right? I have always kept that. My first day, the first day of the week is Sunday. I start to work on a Sunday. Goes on here to say in Exodus 28, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And this is where the whole problem is. A lot of people are not willing to remember 6 days I should labor and do all thy work. Right? We don't want to stop. We just studying continuously, focusing on the money. Right? There was a brother in church. He started a small car wash business. And he and his wife built his business over the years, and now he's a multi-millionaire. But guess what? He does not close his business on a Sabbath. And I spoke to him one time. I was standing there doing in a work there, and he passed by, and I said, "Boy, you could try and lock off on a Saturday and just open on a Sunday." But he opened, right? So the money now has captivated his mind, and he is ignoring God's 10 commandments. Yes, my friend, you are ignoring it. And it's very, very unfortunate. But the 7 days is Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it, thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that within thy gates. So this is the whole situation here. When we are not listening to the word of God, this is where we get ourselves in problems. So the lawnmower guy, he may not be a Sabbath keeper, but he is also working on the first day of the week. That is no crime. But if they start agitating, it will go from a civil dispute to a governmental issue, because the government will want to do that's how politics work. When they have their little cottage meetings and so on, they will say, this man every Sunday, this man coming this lawnmower and disturbing my sleep. I can't think it's Sunday, I want to go to church, I want to worship my God. And this is how it will turn into a bigger issue, my friends. And it says here, when they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, ye shall be hated of all the nations for my name's sake. They will deliver us up to be persecuted, because we will not adhere. The true people of God will not adhere to what the dictates of the Catholic Church or the American government. They will not adhere to that. And when you look at what the Bible is saying, that if you turn your foot away from the Sabbath, let's read it now, Isaiah 58:18. If thou turn thy foot away from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call my Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall I honor him, not doing thy own ways, not finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words. You see what God is asking us to do? God is asking us to be intimate with him. God is asking us to have a relationship with him. What does it say in verse 4? Then shalt thou delight thyself. Right? Verse 14, sorry. Thou shalt delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob, thy father. For thy mouth of the Lord has spoken, and the mouth of the Lord has spoken. Once you see God say something, my friends, there is no turning in what God is saying. You understand? No turning at all. So my friends, we have to honor God now and show God and man whose side we are on. Right? If we do not do that, we will not be able to fulfill what Isaiah 66 verse 22 is saying. Right? Because Isaiah 66 verse 22 prophesies, God told Isaiah, right? You got to remember, God exists in eternity. He knows the end from the beginning. That's why the Bible is so accurate. Right? In Isaiah 66:22, he says, "For as a new heaven and a new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, say the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain." And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, all flesh shall come to worship before me, said the Lord. Right? So everybody, all flesh, so all creatures that God have made will come before him in a new heaven and a new earth made new to worship God. Right? So don't wait until the end. Do it now. Right? Don't study what they may say. Right? As the text said earlier, they may want to persecute you. Right? They shall deliver thee. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. Right? And shall kill you. Right? And ye shall be hated of all the nations. Let them hate you for Jesus. Guys are going to hate again. Let them hate you for Jesus, my friends. Though you don't worry yourself. It's better they hate you for Jesus than they love you for Satan. Because the flip side of that is you will get Isaiah 66 if you love Jesus and keep his commandments. You will go to heaven. But on the flip side now, if you adhere to Satan and you're on that side, one day, as my grandparents would say, one day, Kongote, you will end up burning in hell. Okay? You will go to hell because you would have accepted the mark of the beast. You won't just go to hell, You receive the plagues as described in Revelation 15 and 16. You will receive the plagues, the 7 last plagues will be poured out upon you. Right? If you do not comply with what God is saying in terms of keeping his 10 commandments, which also include the fourth. Right? The first 4 basically is worship to God, Almighty God. The last 6 is your relationship between man and earth. Okay, my friends? So if you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright? Check the description. There are links there. There's a link there that you can, if you choose to help support this ministry, you can do so through that link. Okay? Looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe. Over and out for now. And stay blessed.